I'm sure all of you have seen by now what the media is calling the slap heard round the world. There was a secret awards ceremony held in Hollywood last night. It used to be a massive public event watched by millions of people across the country. But the last couple of years, the Oscars have turned into more of a private affair. And the reason I say that, the only people watching the Oscars today identify as woke, or they're the type of people who need their emotional support animal to make it through a flight. The type of people who prefer safe spaces. You can't criticize me here, I'm in the safe zone. No, Mr. Robber, you can't take my wallet from me here, I'm in the safe zone. Nothing bad can happen to me in my space of safety. I'm about to show you this clip, but let me explain something before I do. I know my social justice warriors out there, they have difficulties understanding this concept. Chris Rock is a stand-up comedian. What that means, he gets paid to make jokes at other people's expense. Now, I know this hurts the feelings of the identifiers out there. People like Will Smith, who I think identifies as a man, but I'm not entirely sure anymore. From the behavior that I witnessed from Will Smith last night, I'm starting to believe he might identify as a child. At minimum, he's a definite woke beta male. Chris Rock was making jokes about Jada Pinkett Smith last night. Apparently, she went through some illness a few years ago which caused her to lose her hair. Chris Rock was making jokes about it. How dare you insult my wife? It wasn't an insult, you dumb fuck. It's called comedy. Will Smith, he decided he was going to take matters into his own hands, literally. Watch for yourself.
どうなんでしょうか。
Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
ウィル・スミスにやられました。
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's
G.I. Jane
name
のジョークだったん
out
で
your
す。
fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
When you see that clip, what is the first thought that comes to mind? This was obviously staged, or they're doing this for ratings, or Will Smith hits like a girl, or Chris Rock handled that real well. All of those thoughts ran through my mind last night when I initially saw this. But when I really got to thinking about it, and I got to thinking about how the mainstream media is going to cover this story, it became clear. They're going to use this as another way to limit free speech, to silence people. They are going to use this to promote the elimination of free speech. Whether or not this was set up by Chris Rock and Will Smith, the Oscars, doesn't matter. The media coverage will be the same. What you just saw in that clip is the reason stand-up comedy is dying. Comedians are no longer allowed to be controversial. They're no longer allowed to make jokes. There is an attack on free speech in this country. The media, they're using protected classes as the reason speech should be limited. We cannot allow people to speak freely. They might hurt someone's feelings. We must be inclusive. We must consider the feelings of the 23-year-old gender-void mop handle. I have lost count of how many times that I have said we are done talking about Lia Thomas. The NCAA Championships in swimming, they finished, over a week ago now? Yet the mainstream media continues pushing Lia Thomas. Leading into the NCAA Championships, the media focus surrounding Lia Thomas was on inclusion, equity, fair play. The typical woke boner words. The words social justice warriors use when they know the virgins on woke Twitter have been looking at pictures of Lia Thomas in that sexy swimsuit and spanking relentlessly for hours, and they just need one more boner to finish the job. I don't know about you guys, but when I see Lia Thomas in a swimsuit, it gets me so excited. Don't give me Kim Kardashian. Don't give me Britney Spears or Mariah Carey. Give me a picture of Lia Thomas in that sexy bikini. I'm good for a while. The woke media has shifted their focus in the coverage of their beacon of courage. The focus surrounding Lia Thomas now, misinformation. Misinformation. The word that immediately makes a social justice warrior climax. The woke, they just love them some misinformation. I mean, their entire premise is based on lies and bullshit. Headline over at Media Matters. Who I had forgotten Media Matters even existed anymore. I haven't heard from them in years. You combine the readership of Media Matters and Deadspin, they almost match the audience of Bomani Jones. I mean, it is hard to reach that level of suck, but Media Matters, they damn sure try. Headline: Joe Rogan comments on Lia Thomas's genitals spreads myth that competitors protested her win. That bastard Joe Rogan, how dare he say that man has a set of balls? He identifies as a woman, damn it. Doesn't Joe Rogan know just because you have a dick, it doesn't make you a man? Women can have balls too. Media Matters accuses Joe Rogan of repeatedly misgendering Rachel Levine. Misgendering? What the fuck is that? I once heard George Bush say that he misremembers, but I have never heard someone say, I misgendered. I had to look up Rachel Levine. I didn't know who she, he, they was. Here they are. Apparently, Joe Rogan's offense was repeatedly using improper pronouns when talking about Richard Leland Levine. Now let me ask you something. If you saw this person walking the streets, would you think they were a man or the ugliest woman that you have ever seen? If I am Richard Levine, I would rather be considered a man than a fucking ugly woman. Ugly woman, that dog don't hunt. Media Matters, they transcribed a portion of Joe Rogan's show from last week. They continued their accusation that Joe Rogan misgendered. You know, it sounds so stupid when you say that, misgendered. If anyone should be accused of misgendering, shouldn't it be Lia Thomas? He was born a man, looked in the mirror one day, got confused, thought he was a woman. If that's not misgendering, I don't know what the fuck is. Media Matters added a note to their transcription of Joe Rogan. In accordance with the Trans Journalist Association's style guide, we replaced incorrect gender references. When Joe Rogan calls a man, we replaced he with she. We at Media Matters, we take our journalistic integrity seriously. We never want to be accused of misgendering a potted plant. Me personally, I don't give a fuck about the Trans Journalist Association. I don't care. Until Lia Thomas removes the Peter and adds a peach, Lia Thomas is a damn man. The media, they want to get rid of statements like the one I just made. It's not equitable. It hurts feelings. Harmful speech and misinformation is dangerous. Now, they're not going to come out and directly say they want the removal of free speech. They know there would be far too much resistance to that. But what the media is doing instead, they're trying to change the narrative. They want to reprogram you. They want to normalize the use of proper pronouns. Just like please and thank you are forms of good manners, they come naturally to you. The media wants proper pronouns to be considered good manners. They want it to become second nature. Media Matters claim that competitors of Lia Thomas were not protesting her championship win. Now, this is another example of the mainstream media using a partial truth and leading you to believe that Lia Thomas is supported universally by her peers. Of course, it's all bullshit. There has been plenty of outcry with Lia Thomas. Last week, we talked about the young woman from Virginia Tech speaking out after Lia Thomas stole her spot. Numerous members of the Penn swim team have spoken anonymously to Outkick or Fox News or various media outlets. Last Thursday, the Arizona swim team, they sent a letter to the NCAA criticizing them for allowing Lia Thomas to compete. In the letter, they said, the NCAA tried to appease everyone by allowing Lia Thomas to compete. No. The NCAA tried to appease one person, Lia Thomas. This is why equity can never work. It's also another example of woke hypocrisy. They have always pushed the collective over the individual. America has always favored the rights of the individual over the rights of the collective. The woke agenda, they're trying to change all that. until a situation arises that fits their particular narrative. How are you considering the collective when you're bending the rules, when you're impacting hundreds, maybe thousands of young women just to appease one dude? In their letter to the NCAA, the Arizona swim team said a target was placed on the back of a trans swimmer, subjecting Lia Thomas to devastating outcries and national humiliation. You know, this is the second, maybe third time peers, competitors of Lia Thomas have come out against her and tried to be nice about it. First of all, and I can't believe I'm defending the NCAA, but they didn't subject Lia Thomas to national humiliation. He did that to himself. And two, you cannot play nice when pushing back against the woke agenda. These people don't respond to nice, they respond to force. They're just like children in a way. You play nice with kids, give them everything they want, they grow into social justice warriors. If a kid knows that you don't take shit, they respect you. Someone in my comment section the other day said, "You are so mean to people. Just let people be." I'm not mean to people. I'm mean to social justice warriors. Huge, huge difference. I'm not going to just let them be because they're not allowing us to do that. They are trying to change the culture, change traditions, change history. We have seen what happens when you try to play nice and appease the lowest form of humanity. It doesn't work. You have dudes competing against women, the push for equity in college basketball where they want to penalize the young men, take their money, and just freely give it to the women. What else did appeasement get us? The silencing of any opinion that doesn't fit their narrative. Fuck playing nice and fuck trying to appease these people. I'm not going to do it. But let me know what you think. Is Lia Thomas being used by the media as another weapon of the woke to limit free speech in this country? Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.